Welcome to the channel. Thank you everybody for tuning in. So for today's video, I have a very exciting unboxing for you guys. And at the same time, I've also got a full review for the watch in question. As you guys saw the thumbnail, the long-awaited Heimdallr Frost version is finally out. I have had a few subscribers growing seemingly impatient, asking me if I've heard anything about it. I hadn't, and I think perhaps from the Heimdallr Facebook page, there wasn't too many updates about this watch in particular as well. But the watch arrived yesterday at my doorstep. I opened it and very pleasant surprise. And as you can see in the unboxing, I've got two Frost versions, which I will be looking at. So for today's video, it will be the unboxing on the Frost Heimdallr and also the full review. And you'll also see the unboxing of the Captain Willett 6105 homage, which will be covered in a later review. Now, this watch just came in yesterday. However, it's the exact same as the first Monster. The case exactly the same. There are some fine tweaks, so this can be called a version 2, but you know, there's absolutely no reason to wait any longer to review it. As I said, it's exactly the same watch. So for the review, we will be comparing it against the version 1 to show you the subtle differences that you do get in this newer version, and of course looking at the beauty of this Frost style and how does it actually compare to the genuine Seiko Frost style that we have. So let's go ahead, check out the review. You've seen the unboxing and I'm very excited. I hope you guys are as well. So here we are, finally, the version 2 Monster, and in particular the Frost version. Now, incredible watch, so let's take a bit of time going around it, looking at some of the close-ups. Out the box, I mean, this looks really well done, as did the version 1. Now, the main thing being different about the version 2, of course, it has the Gen 3 dial setup. So you've got the teeth at the 12, and then you've got those tapered baton-like hour markers. Now, just have a closer look at this Frost dial. Look how they've managed to create this gorgeous piece of artwork here. And you can see just this really, really fine brush lines going in opposing directions. And then you've got this crazy paint. I don't know how they go about creating this, but it just gives this amazing light play, gives you the effect of snowflakes on the actual dial. You've got a very pale blue chapter ring, all printed of course, and different to the version 1. The logo of the shark is now actually applied, and it is, I believe, coated in black. And then you've got the text at the bottom above the 6 automatic divers 200 meters. Now that's finished off with these monster style hands, which do have this sort of bead blasted finish or a matte silver. Date frames highlighted in black, and you do have the kanji date wheel. Of course, Seiko Epson NH36 movement powering this gorgeous watch. Now this model in particular from Heimdallr, it is one of their best, if not their best. Looks aside, just going by the actual build quality, I was very, very impressed with the version 1. In fact, I did a comparison against a Gen 1, and since then I have got the Gen 2 in my possession as well, and they haven't missed a lot. Just small little differences here and there, which is to be expected. But that is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking watch. Very well done, very well machined. And as I said, it is one of the best models, if not the best. Now that's followed through on the bracelet as well. You know, for those guys that did see my original review, I was praising this watch a lot because that bracelet is absolutely spectacular. Very much on point with Seiko's OEM bracelet as well. So for the benefit of the guys that have not seen this watch before, or have not seen the version 1 Monster from Heimdallr, I'll go over the specifications and dimensions, and I'll be brief about it so we can talk a little bit more about the watch and look at the different variants, and of course ultimately the price of the watch as well. So starting off with specifications, you do have a full 316L stainless steel case. You do have a domed AR coated sapphire crystal. The watch runs the Seiko Epson NH36 movement, which is a 6 ticks a second movement. 24 joules, hacks and winds, very, very reliable and robust movement. I'd say about 95-96% of my watches are all Seiko NH35 or 36 movements. You just cannot knock them. Very, very reliable. Dimensions exactly the same as version 1. You do have a 41.8mm diameter case, to be exact. Let's round it off to 42mm. You do have a 13.5mm thick case, including of course sapphire and case back, and the lug to lug is 47.8, so let's round that off to just under 48 millimeters. So exact specifications to the version 1 and pretty much more or less the same as the Seiko Monster as well. Now the differences between the version 1, let's just bring that on camera, and version 2. Now the main differences being there's 2 or 3 depending how you look at it. Now of course by the color option you do have different color hands. Now the other thing which a lot of people complained about was the fact that you had this raised pip which will come out of the top, but here with this pip they have fixed that on the bezel and you can see it is almost flat. So I believe they've cut down the stem of the pip slightly and just sunk it in a bit more, so it is subset and you actually can't feel it protruding out of the bezel. So that's a really good change which they've done. They have listened to the feedback on there. Now the other big difference that you will see is on the writing around the bezel. Now the text here, the enamel is a bit thicker and this is just slightly thinner. Now what that has done is made the 30 a little bit too thin, where it doesn't even match the rest now. So once you see that, you can't unsee it and it looks really off. It does not suit the rest of the bezel as well. So you know that'll be fed back to Heimdallr. Hopefully they can work on correcting that for the next batch as soon as possible. Now other than that, it is a very good piece. Now when it comes to Monster fans, there is quite a bit of a divide between version 1, Gen 2 and Gen 3. A lot of people lean to Gen 2 as being the best and a lot of people do lean to Gen 3. So now the fact that with the version 1 you had a homage to the Gen 2, you now also have a homage to the Gen 3 with the different hour markers as pointed out. But you know it is all about this dial. Now as we move on to the dial, let's talk about the different options they have. So they've got this frost dial. They also have a snow dial which is quite a lot lighter than this, and it gives the effect of course snow. So I'll put the pictures up on screen now. Now they also have added a new color which is yellow. The yellow looks really good, and they've also got the orange with the Gen 3 style of dial, and they've also got a red. Yellow is definitely a welcome color when it comes to these watches. They're out there anyway, so you know you might as well have a yellow dial just to really make that pop. So price. Now the watch is priced at $189 on the Heimdallr website, which is the equivalent to £135. So again, not a bad price at all. I personally think that Heimdallr did underprice these watches, but you know that's their business. Brilliant news for us as consumers. And this one's not too far off. I think it's a $10 difference between the version 1 and version 2, which you know you can probably expect. But incredible watch, and I think this is gonna be a really good seller of Heimdallr's. And I think Heimdallr can really go, you know, the full length when it comes to these watches, because as you know, all Monster fans, they are a hell of a lot of special editions. Some are just super rare, and of course the pricing on them is absolutely through the roof. And as a prime example, the Gen 3 Frost, I was looking at one of them recently. You know, they start at £700 and they go up to £1,200 to £1,400, which is crazy money. You're talking mid-range, you know, Swiss-made tool watches, you know, with that territory. But that is the thing with Seiko, huge cult following, and especially with the Monster, an even bigger cult following. You have so many special editions, and you know that's, I think, the route that Heimdallr can really go down and really get the most out of this watch. And of course, as consumers, give us all those gorgeous style variants, as you can see right in front of you with this fantastic Frost dial. But now, of course, you guys want to see how does it actually compare with a genuine Frost dial. So I have with me my Shrouded Monster, or as I call it, the baby tuner. Now I did a review on this watch on the channel. I absolutely love this watch, one of my most favorite watches here. And just to look at the difference in the dial quality, let's just have a closer look there. So you can't see the brushing that you can see on the Heimdallr, and because that's just Seiko. I've said it before, Seiko's dial game is on point. It's amazing. It's very hard to touch. I've not seen many brands out there that can make dials better than Seiko, but from Heimdallr, that is a very good attempt. Very close, but you can just see this textured version of it. Do I mind that? I don't actually mind that. I think it adds just something different to it. But, and you know, just a short distance away, that, look at the light play on that. So that looks really good. Now, how does this compare to an actual Gen 3 Monster with the frost dial? Let's have a look. I'll put up a picture to the right, and you can see just how well they've done it. Now let's go on to looking at the bezel rotation, loom shot, and let's finish off with a quick little summary. So the bezel is a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and let's just have a listen. Very tactile feel, precise, brilliant clicks. And that is a very nice sounding bezel. Absolutely spot on. I do have something else to show you guys, which will absolutely give the OCD heads a very pleasant night, is the fact that the case does now line up along the grooves. As you saw with the previous one, is a bit of an issue, and I get it, you know, it does kind of look odd. It didn't actually fully line up. Now, to get it to line up, what that would mean is the bezel would be out of line. However, on this one, lines up perfectly, and then you can see the bezel is absolutely spot on alignment. So it's good that they managed to fix that. Check out that loom, super C3. Heimdallr never disappoint with the loom application. Just look how bright that is. The longevity is going to be brilliant, and this has had no UV lamp applied to it. This is just purely from the LEDs in the room. And you know, if we put that next to the Seiko, just have a look, not much difference at all. So Heimdallr, you know, in a nutshell, have done it again. They've done a cracking job at bringing us something which is out of reach for the most of us. You know, it hits a fanboy deep in the heart. They've gone back to the roots with this one. This is what Heimdallr were all about. And it's good to see, you know, amazing craftsmanship, great attention to detail, good build quality come out, and for a very, very reasonable price. And the thing with Heimdallr, I've said it before, I'll say it again, their dial game is up there. On the majority of it, I think you take any Heimdallr model, when you look at some of the sunray dials, sunburst dials, you look at the loom application, it is much better than even San Martin dials. Their handsets are a lot better quality as well. It's just a shame about QC now and then. They do have a bit of inconsistent quality. You do have a few issues. The forums are full of them, but the customer service is there, I like to think. So a lot of people do end up being satisfied. Now with this watch in particular, in terms of QC, the only issue that I noticed was, as I mentioned, the 3.0 at the bottom, where it's just a lot thinner than the rest of the bezel. They have improved on the pip. You know, the case and the bezel do line up along the notches, but you have the same incredible build quality as we saw on the previous model. And I love the color options. I'm torn between the frost and the snow. I would like to see some pictures of the snow. Hopefully I'll get in touch with Heimdallr and request that dial as well. I just want to see how that looks. That looks incredible on the pictures. The yellow is going to be cracking as well. And of course the whole Gen 3 dial homage is going to go down a treat with the Seiko fan lovers. Of course you'll get some people that don't appreciate it. You know, not a lot of people who appreciate the homages, but it is what it is. We're in this game, and you know, let's just enjoy it for what it is. QC in terms of rotation, perfect. I couldn't really, you know, say anything about this. And on wrist, the watch looks pretty damn incredible. This is one for the summer days. You know, under darker conditions, you can really see the finer textures on the dial, but in that sun, it really does shine and bring out the true glory. And I've got a 6.5 inch wrist, as you can see in the video. Really good finish, and that is down to Seiko. None other. Seiko have an incredible ability to make big watches were really small with the great dimension methodology which they use on all the models, and which Heimdallr have followed as well. So it's a great fit for a smaller wrist, never mind a bigger wrist. So that's it for this review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are excited as I am, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and let me know which style you're going for. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.